Om Shanti, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Monday workshop series. So as always, every Monday we have a special yogi who has been practicing this path of spirituality for a long period of time. And today we have with us Sister Eleni from Athens. She has been following this journey for a long period of time. It's over 35 years, more than 3.5 decades. Some of us are not even born. So, as always, one of the things that we focus on when we come to these sessions like this, where they help us to re-invoke that good old memories of spiritual childhood days. And apart from that, one of the main things that I always look forward for these sessions is to see what is that newness I can bring in my own Brahmin journey, and what is it that I can pick up from others' journey, which will help me go further. Without any further ado, I invite Sister Eleni. She has been one of the pillars in the center. She serves in the same center where Brother Anthony Bai was serving. And most of you know Brother Anthony because you might have heard his sessions as a part of the initial meditation course. So the link of love is the meditation commentary that most of us started our journey with. So that is a very center where Sister Eleni also serves right now. Without any further ado, I invite Sister Eleni. Welcome.
Thank you, Harsha Bai. Om Shanti, and good evening from Athens, Greece. Thank you so much for this invitation. This is a great opportunity for me to share abroad with the family there in San Francisco and other places. So it is very nice to meet all of you. Here it is morning, it is 4:30 a.m. So it's Amrit Vela time, but I had Amrit Vela earlier this morning, thanks to you, and it was powerful. So my journey, yes, what to remember, what to say. It's so many years of really happiness, so full. The spiritual life is so rich. I consider myself very, very fortunate, very lucky, and I'm very grateful I came rather early in my life to Dhyan. I started this spiritual journey in 1985. I was 20 years old, quite young, and I was searching for the truth. I was searching for what is the truth and reality, because I was reading so many spiritual books, trying to find the truth, but no answers. I was practicing some kind of meditation of my own. I had some experiences. It was good, but it was not what I was looking for. I was born into a Christian Orthodox family, and we were a little bit religious. I was going to church. I was praying before, but not too many practices there. So a couple of years before I came to Dhyan, I decided now I want to become a spiritual person, because I was inspired from some books I read, And I started practicing what I read. And I invented some meditation of my own that was similar, as I found out later when I came to Gyan, it was similar to the meditations we do here in Gyan. So when I took the course, everything sounded familiar. And I took the 7-day course in 5 days. It was short. And everything was quick for me. And at the lesson where Chief Baba was introduced to me, God was introduced to me, I said, this is what I was looking for. I found it. I found what I was looking for. It was amazing. So after that, I was involved immediately in service. You know, at that time in Greece, the center was very small, very few Brahmins. It was Brother Anthony and a few other sisters. And there was a great need for translation because Anthony didn't speak Greek. And also all the Murlis and all the Gyan was coming to Greece in English. So a lot of work had to be done on that. Brother Anthony also had written a book. And so we needed to translate all that. So after I took the course, I came for morning Murli. And at the end of the class, Anthony gave me some translation to do one of the books. So that helped me a lot. You know, service helps a lot. A soul who wants to progress. If you share what you're practicing, then you get a lot of power from God. So after that, my journey continued. I was flying, of course. And 5 months later, I went to Madhuban. Very quick. Usually one has to wait at least 8 months. A training of 8 months is needed to go to Madhuban. It was like that at that time. But the center had to go quickly. So one small group of sisters prepared to go. And when I arrived there, even when I arrived in India, when the plane landed in Mumbai today, I had a feeling I never had in my life before. This is my home. I was so moved, I just wanted to cry, and everything seemed so familiar there. And after that, we arrived in Madhuban, and Daddy Kumarka welcomed us. That was such a privilege. And the first few days in Madhuban, I had the feeling I was not touching the ground, that my steps were above the ground, like that, like 30 centimeters above the ground. It was an amazing experience. It was a magic I did not expect to experience. And then I met the daddies, Daddy Janki also. And there was a lot of sustenance to the Greek family because we were like a little child of the Yagya. And because also of Brother Anthony being in charge for the Greek family, there was some special treatment, you know, meeting daddies, having lunch with daddies, anything, a lot of sustenance. Even sometimes other Brahmins were jealous. Well, that's what they said. Why do you all the time you go to the daddies? What's going on with you? I don't know. It was our opportunity, our fortune. So that was Madhuban, and it was 1986, and Bab Dada was coming in the body of Dadi Gulzar, and so we had personal meetings also. So I had that fortune also. I had 3 personal meetings with Bab Dada, and that was very inspiring. Baba encouraged service, encouraged dharna, and he said very nice things. And that was also a magical thing that happened in my Brahmin life. Then after that, my journey continued. And at that time, I used to go also to London, to the London Center. Daddy Janki was there, Sister Jenti was there, and I had a lot of personal sustenance from them, training as well. And also, they used to come to Greece very often. Daddy Janki has been to Greece for several times, Sister Jenti many times, and also Sudesh Didi. She came here in Athens and Greece, and at that time they had a lot of time. They were not so busy as they are today, and so they used to stay for many days and sustain us. It was an amazing thing. It was not a class, like a class every day, of course, that as well, but their presence just was the thing that made us inspired and so progress. And Brother Harsha asked me to share magical things in my life from seniors. I remember once Sudesh Didi was here, and at that time we used to share our problems and our questions. We used to bring the questions to them. So I had some problems, let's say, some complaints. So I was sharing this to Sister Sudesh Didi. And I was crying, I was upset. And Sudesh Didi showed so much love. She stayed with me until midnight, comforting me. And she was hugging me and saying sweet things. I don't remember what, but it was her love that healed the soul, literally healed the soul, because the next day, all these internal upsetting things were not there, and they never returned, they never came back. And I was so grateful to Sudesh Devi for that. And I appreciated that she spent all this time with me and until midnight. I mean, it was amazing, that also magical thing that happened. And I think all the seniors have worked on us. I have experienced this also with Tati Janki. Once I had a problem, a serious problem, and I let her know. And after that, I could have very clearly the feeling that Daddy was doing special meditation for me and sending me her good vibrations to help me. And so I found the spirituality I was looking for. And sorry, something's wrong here. Okay. And my personal meetings with Baba helped me a lot. And in my effort and practice in everyday life, I have one strength and one support, Baba. And what I like to do with meditation is to see Baba in all relationships, of course, but I like to see him as the purifier, because I want to make my soul pure. I want to become pure. And for me, purity is the most important thing. So Baba for me is the purifier, and I just let myself bathe in his light and love, his sakash, his grace, as I say. And this kind of meditation is like a shower for the soul, like a shower that drifts away all impurities from the soul. And then the soul becomes light, pure, peaceful, and double light, light in weight and light is in the soul. And here in Greece, we have a myth. There is a special hero from the ancient mythology. There is a hero called Hercules. Maybe you have heard of him. There are films made about his story. And this person, Hercules, was one who had to perform some wonders. In order to purify himself, he had to do 10 labors, they say. 10 labors are called, 10 tasks. Gods gave him 10 tasks to perform, and one of them was to clean the dirty stables of a king in one day only. And so he diverted 2 rivers, and they passed through the stables and washed them out and drifted, all the impure things from there. And for me, this is an example of cleaning of the soul. Baba's knowledge and Baba's light and might are like this water that pervade the soul, and everything impure is being drifted. At other times, I think that purification takes place from Baba like a laser beam. A laser beam, that cleans everything. And this laser beam, it is me who takes this laser beam and clean whatever I need. in the soul. If I need to get rid of this or that uh, defect, I use this bin. So it is the shower and it is the laser beam purification. And this happens in my life very often. Another thing I do in meditation is in the subtle regions, I make Baptada, and there I like to let him merge me in his eyes. Or there is a lake or a pool of white light there, and I take a dip in that light and I emerge clean. These are experiences I practice in meditation. And other experiences I had is in Brahmin life with seniors. I had the opportunity, I had the fortune of meeting many seniors like Brother Jagdish, also Daddy Kulzar's mother, and many daddies that they're not there today. And Daddy Ji, of course, Daddy Kumarka, and Daddy Chanki. In Madhuban, I was inspired from Daddy Prakashmani, Daddy Ji's Drishti. And in those days, we used to visit her in the morning, just before Murli class, in her room. And her room was like the subtle regions. And Daddy was there, very simple, very humble. And she just wanted to meet every one of us and learn our names. But she couldn't remember my name. And so for her, I was Sister Greece. She remembered that. Greece. Doesn't matter. She could recognize me at least. And I was inspired. Her room was so tidy and so clean, and the air in there was so different, so spiritual. And I wanted to create a place like that in my home. The first 10 years I lived alone in a Shakti Bhavan or a center, but then I had to live with my mother because my father left the body and my mother needed me. So I want to stay with her. And that was not very pleasant because after living in centers and Shakti Bhavans, I had to live with logics. That was a good test and a good school for me because we did not have the same habits, So I had to adjust. I had to learn this power to adjust, to develop the power of understanding. I had to sustain myself and also to help my mother. My father had left the body, she was very sad. And I had to comfort her. I had to support her. So all the situations were good. They were not easy, but they were good because I learned a lot from that. It was a good school for me because I really had to develop all the virtues and all the powers in me in this situation. So I stayed with her many, many years. And a few years ago, she left her body also. And after that, I am alone again. I live next to the center in Athens, and I serve there. It is as if I'm living there. But sometimes, I hear complaints from people that, our relationships at home are not good, or you try to practice meditation, and they are against or anything, or they don't let us, or they're so different and they have different habits. But it is possible to live with anyone and adjust. I found out this. And my situation was difficult because my mother used to smoke so much. And I had to suffer a little bit. But one day I said, okay, I will let go of this. I will not think of this anymore. And I asked God that He takes care of it. And 2 days later, my mother came and said, okay, I'm going to cut. I'm going to stop smoking. And so that was a miracle that happened. Just because I let go. Because I stopped complaining inside me about that. And so I changed my attitude towards the situation and towards my mother. And so the situation changed. Because it is a matter of attitude many times. Another example, in my work, there was my supervisor, and he was a very angry man. And he used to speak very harshly and not polite to me especially. I don't know why. I was so good in my work. It was a bank that I used to work in. And that was before I came into Gyan. But after that, when I came into Gyan, I changed my attitude and started seeing everyone with respect, with love, good feelings. Before I had very bad feelings about this person. And one day, he started speaking to me in such a different way, with so much respect. I just looked, here, there. Is he talking to me in so much respect, so differently from other times? He had changed his attitude as well. This is why I say it is a matter of attitude, how you feel. The feelings I have inside me can change the other person's feelings. And so I had to experience all the difficulties to learn all these things, and it was good. Also, Brother Anthony was very supportive. He was like a mother and like a brother and like a friend, a good friend, really. And there was a lot of love from him to me, and he just wanted to see me being perfect. And so he would tell me my mistakes, and once he told me, you have to pay attention to your dharma, to your inviting of virtues. And he was straight like that because I asked him to be straight to me. And so this relationship with Brother Anthony was very beneficial also. I learned meditation from him. I learned a lot of deep things because his effort was very intense. He made effort with a lot of love, and he had a lot of love for Baba, for God, and a lot of love for service, and a lot of love for the family. All of us who used to be there, so supportive. We used to have retreats. We used to have 3 hours buddies together, and just spend time together, because at that time we did not have so much service to do, running around with programs. And there was time for us to have deep meditation. And one thing I say, that this center in Athens and service in Greece was established because of all that meditation, that yoga we had, all of us at the beginning. A lot of yoga, many hours. Once we had a retreat, and at Amrit Vela, Brother Anthony went so deep into meditation that he kept all of us for 2 hours, Amrit Vela, going very deep. We were supposed to finish Amrit Vela after 3/4 of an hour, and it lasted 2 hours. It was like that. It was very special, of course. And also service here became very special. We had a few symposiums, like conferences with scientists, and the titles were Science and Spirituality, something like that. And many Brahmins came for that, and many senior Brahmins from all over the world, and scientists from all over the world. We had 4 symposia here in Athens, in Greece. One of them took place at the Olympic village in Olympia, where the first Olympic Games started. And Daddy Janki attended that, Brother Jagdish, and Didi Jenti came also. And it was a very powerful service. And Baba mentioned this at one of the Murlis, actually, of that time, 91, I think it is. And that was a really magical time, because Baba was present here and did his magic and his miracles, touching the souls very deeply. And service is a very good school also.
So, Sister Eleni, it was beautiful sharings. I was thinking if we can take us into that meditation where Brother Anthony Bhai was taking you for 2 hours of Amrit Vela. It will be a nice time where you can
Yes.
do some meditation. Yeah.
Yes. Of course, Brother Anthony's favorite word was silence. Okay. Shanti. Gently, very gently, I concentrate and I go very deep into myself. I go very deep into the core of my being. And here I experience peace, peace, harmony, light, purity. I am aligned with my original self, my true self. I detach myself from my senses. And as I become light, I can detach myself also from the body and fly very high. And go to the dimension of light, to soul world, nirvana. And here I experience stillness. Here there is peace. This is my home. Here is my world. I feel safe here. And here I see another being, the purest being of all, the supreme being, supreme soul. I come close to him and I experience his love. I experience his sweetness. And there are rays of love, waves of love that heal the soul. I am in God's love. His vision falls on me. And the light of His love removes darkness from the soul. He has filled me with power, courage, I have become so full of this light of love that I want to share this with the whole world. I have become very powerful, and now I can face anything in my life. And with this experience, gently I return. I have emerged purified and powerful. Om Shanti.
Yeah. Now you can take us further into your journey. Thank you.
Do you have anything? Do you want to ask anything?
If you can share your earlier days experience. I always ask Harsha by lots of questions about the meditation. But if you have something to share, like what are the things you experienced in your earlier days and how you learned and how you went deep in the meditation and stuff.
Yes. The early days, there was a lot of yoga, as I said before. And meditation for me was something like automatic. I didn't have to make a lot of effort. It was as if the experiences were given to me. But of course, I had to experiment because I really wanted to have accurate meditation. I didn't want to have the kind of meditation that it's just peace and just see beautiful images. I really wanted to stay connected with God, with Baba. And I concentrated a lot on Baba as the point. And I used to experience all the light and all the love. And meditation was deep and very beneficial and healing. And I also liked to meditate by going in the subtle regions and seeing myself, feeling myself as a very light white angel, and just absorbing the energy of that region, being there with Baba, and enjoying the sweet silence. Meditation for me is reflecting and journeying knowledge, go deep, asking questions to the self, but also it is silence, only feelings that make the soul being elevated, going higher and deeper. And for me, it's the feeling generally, what I feel in meditation. I want to feel subtlety. I like to feel subtlety in me, subtlety of God, spirituality, and I think this is my aim, spirituality. As I said at the beginning, I wanted to become, before Gyan, I wanted to become a spiritual person. And when I came to Gyan, Baba told to me that, said to me, my personal meeting with him, that you are a spiritual rose, and so you have to serve with spirituality, which means I have to serve with my vibrations. And so first I have to experience a few things and then share, like service through the mind. I like in meditation, I like to do service through the mind also. That is, concentrate and experience myself, and then share this with others, spreading the vibrations everywhere. And sometimes also spreading to people I know, because sometimes I want to have a good relationship, so I share in silence my good feelings with them. Does that answer your question?
It does. Thank you.
Thank you. I had the opportunity to learn meditation not only from Brother Anthony, but also from seniors in Madhuban. Nirvairbhai was one of them. He used to take us into guided meditations, and others, of course. Brother Atam Prakash also, who came here in Greece a couple of times as well. And he made us experience very deep things with all the wisdom that they had gained all these years being in Madhuban. So my journey continued for many years, 37 years. I don't even know how they passed all these years and how this journey goes on and on. And my boat is going across, of course, and I see the new world coming now. And I have this feeling that I give my cooperation for the creation of the new world. that I am also responsible to build the new world. And this is a nice feeling. I also like to feel that I am an instrument of God here. It's a beautiful feeling to this thought that God, you are God's instrument. And I enjoy that too. That makes you humble. Being an instrument makes you humble.
So maybe you
Harsha?
can share some of the things about Madhuban. So because Madhuban in last 35 years has transformed a lot, especially when you were there in Madhuban in 80s. So you might have met Baba not just in Shantivan, you might have met Baba in meditation hall many times, or maybe in Om Shanti Bhavan.
In Om Shanti Bhavan, I met him in Om Shanti Bhavan. Yes. Yes, I can tell you about that. I met him in Om Shanti Bhavan in 86, first time, 86, 87, 88. And then after that, the personal meetings stopped. The first time I went to Madhuban, when I arrived there, it was the day he was coming. And the Greek group, the sisters, 7 of us, danced in front of him. We performed a Greek dance. And then he gave us toli. So imagine to dance in front of God. It was Sri Ratri, and there was celebration, of course. We celebrated with Bapdada, and we danced and had songs and a party, and it was beautiful. And I remember Om Shanti Bhavan, where 3,000 can fit in it, big hall. It was not full. Only half of the hall was full because we were very few at that time, maybe 200 only altogether, together with Madhuban Nivasis, 200, imagine. Very few double foreigners. And the meetings were very, very special. Baba used to come, and there was Murli, and after that, there were personal meetings lasting all night. All night, Baba was there in Dabi Pulsar's body, the medium, and meeting people and individually and in groups, giving blessings to them. And then after that, we had a party, and there were many songs and dances, and then Baba used to leave. And sometimes he stayed there so many hours. Once he stayed 17 hours, and I was there. I experienced that. And I remember that the Kumarka saying, Baba, you have to go. Enough. But not all the 17 hours he was with us. The last 2 hours he spent it in private with daddies. I remember that. And it was so magical moment, all these meetings with Baba. really there was such a silence in the hall. Everyone was attentive. We were listening and discussing even with Baba. Very sweet moments. He used to give a lot of experiences at that time because we were very few, and his drishti was reaching each and every one. And you could tell that Baba, he noticed me in the crowd. He gave me his power, his light. You could feel. And my personal meetings with him were very, very beautiful. He knows what is inside every soul. I can tell you that. He knew, I had the feeling that he knew me even better than I knew myself. And he was presenting me my elevated self. And he was asking me, he was saying, you are elevated soul, a special soul. Do you feel that? You are a spiritual rose. Are you that? And he showed me my best self to me and where I can reach. I was not elevated at that time. I was nothing, but he just put a mirror in front of me and said, look, this is where you can reach. And he blessed me also with service. He said, I must serve and I will always serve. What I enjoyed more in our first meeting is that at the end, he spoke what he had to speak to me. And at the end, he just bowed in front of me and said, very good soul. That's so simple, expressing his feelings about me in such a sweet way. And so at that time, it was a privilege that we were very few. And the meetings were taking place about 3 times a week. And after later, in '89, for 1 year, Baba did not come. No murlis, no meetings, but still we went. We all went to Madhuban, and it was as if he was there. And at that time, many of us had this experience that they called their personal blessing from Baba in Baba's room, that Baba spoke to them. And I had also this experience that Baba told me something even when he was not there. He sent his blessing to me and others. And then after that, no more personal meetings, but group meetings. This is what we know also from these group meetings are in the Murlis also now. And the groups at that time were some were big, some were small. And once from Greece, the Greek family prepared, we baked a cake for Baba, especially offered from the Greek family, and we offered to him, and he gave us to eat. He cut the cake and he gave us to eat from that. And there were a few questions asked to him. There was one sister who was very Paka Christian Orthodox, and she had the feeling that she was betrayed in Christ, Jesus Christ, by being with Baba. And he asked Baba, Baba, you know, I keep remembering Christ. And Baba said to her, and Christ is very happy that you remember him. And she was delighted by this answer. She was dancing all night, although she was an old lady and she had a back problem. She completely changed her face because she was feeling this pull that, I'm betrayed in Jesus Christ. Anyway, Papa is so sweet with everyone. And it was a privilege that we offered this cake to Baba. And I remember other times I performed again a dance and a song with others in front of Baba. And at that time we used to do such things in order to go closer. Although it was, we were free to go on the stage and take pictures of Baba and the seniors, and I have many such pictures, photos. I have photos of all my meetings with him, personal meetings, and I recall all these things of the early days. And this is for me the life-giving herb whenever I feel depressed or sad, distressed. I go back to the past in those days, and those memories are a life-giving herb to me because they lighten all my burdens.
By any chance, do you have any pictures that you want to share, or you have any clip or something that you want to share?
I have pictures, but I'm not prepared for that.
You wanted to share some
I'm
video
sure.
content, yeah?
Yes. It is, at the end of the classes, sometimes the seniors, when they give a class, at the end of the share, they give blessings and tolis. I cannot give you toli, but I have a short, very short video with blessings. You want to see that? It is a video. There will be, you will see in it 3 photos, 3 pictures, and you have to choose one of the 3 pictures and then read the message according to this picture. And this will be your personal message, your personal blessing from Baba. Shall I share that?
Yes, please. Yeah, it would be very precious to have personal meetings with Baba and spend 17 hours with Baba non-stop continuously, and that would be immense. I remember Brother Macy, who used to be here, he used to share. They used to sit there when Baba is still there, meeting personal meetings with different groups, and people will go out, have their lunch, dinner, and come back, and then Baba is still there a whole night, maybe sometime early.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Also, we would go for a couple of hours of sleep sometimes,
Yeah.
if it was necessary. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Going for tea and then come back.
It is like,
So, yes.
yeah, it is like, you went to our parents' home and parents are still there, and then you are just having, playing, eating, singing, sleeping. Baba is still there. It's like God Himself
Yes.
being there, and
Yes.
that would be
Yes.
powerful experience. Yeah.
Great experiences. And also the Madhubani Vasis were very friendly and full of love and willing to help us at all levels. They did their best. And I had the privilege of going sometimes for a walk or for a walk, by the lake with Brother Nirver. And he used to share stories from his life with Brahma Baba and Mama. And his company was very precious.
Anything that you
Yes.
remember he shared?
He shared one thing I remember is the story when he had to go first for his first lecture. He had to give a lecture, and he was a little bit afraid that he would not manage, and so Mama explained to him. She told her what to say and how to say things, and then he went, and it was successful. The lecture was very successful, and someone told him that your tongue was in your tongue there was the wisdom of Sarasvati, the goddess of wisdom, which is the memorial of Mama, and it was literally that. Because it was Sarasvati's Mama's guidance that made his lecture successful. And he shared a lot of things about the Baba's love and how he used to invite them for lunch or dinner by invitation even. It was formal. I remember a story like that. He sent once an invitation.
So Brahma Baba sent an invitation to Nirvedai.
To several children to
Wow.
go and have a lunch with him, a dinner or something. I don't remember.
That's
That you are invited for dinner with, in a very royal and formal way to make it special. So I remember such stories he was sharing. I was saying so that
I wanted to share the
he
blessing.
had the blessing, yes.
The angel. You are one who reveals Baba at all times through your attitude and drishti. You are a constant example, an elevated soul who inspires others. The swan. You are the soul who creates unity and harmony within the family because of your ability to see the specialities and virtues of everyone. The lotus. You became a worthy child and an image that grants visions by applying into action the divine directions You always make the path of effort clear and easy for others.
Wow. So these are the personal blessings Baba gave to you one-on-one.
No, these are blessings for you. These are not for my personal blessings.
But you had a personal meeting with Baba, right?
I had 3 personal meetings with Baba.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm. So I remember here, when all the brothers, PK family who used to have personal meetings, in those days they made a nice plank with Baba's personal words as it is, and then Sister Kiran did it for everyone. I was wondering if you have one of these copies.
What did you say? Blank.
It is Sister Kiran made the personal blessings of each and everyone that Baba gave. One for Maria from Mesibai, one for Mohanbai. So they used to have their own nice print out of that.
Written.
Yeah.
Yes, I have my personal blessings. Of course.
That's
You
beautiful.
want to hear?
Yeah.
The first time I went to Baba, I brought him some flowers also. And so Baba spoke on that. He said, you like flowers. So now you have become a spiritual rose yourself. And when people see a blooming flower, they become very happy. A spiritual rose is one that is always blooming and also spreads its fragrance. And he asked, are you like that? Of course, I nodded, yes. And then he said, you have to serve with spirituality. And also that Baba considers the child to be one who will always serve. And then my second meeting, Baba said few things. He said, you are the soul who is merged in love and also merged in knowledge. You are a merged soul. And then he added, he said, Samja, did you understand? And I replied, Samja, because I knew what it meant in Hindi. And Baba laughed and he said, oh, you understand Hindi? That was very short. In my third meeting, Baba said, you are an elevated soul. And Baba makes all children so elevated, so they become loved by the whole world. And when they see you are happy, everyone becomes happy. So serve with happiness.
Yeah.
And my fourth blessing, as I said, the year he didn't come, he spoke to me in Baba's room in Pandav Bhavan, and he said, you have to be yourself. And that I had to really go deep and reflect what he meant. Just be my original self, my genuine self. Without any masks, not pretending anything, just be a spontaneous person.
Yeah,
I think.
It's really powerful. So in those initial days, there are not too many classes or courses or retreats or things like that. It's only Murli, right? Baba used to give us Murli, and then they used to just sit and do bhatti and bhatti and bhatti. And
Yes.
yeah, and I can imagine you used to go into deep meditations, and especially
Yes.
I remember Chandradidi used to share that they didn't used to have a lot of classes, 10 o'clock class and 5 o'clock class and this retreat.
Yes, we had 10 o'clock and 5 o'clock. Usually we had these classes. And from Chandruben, I remember when she shared once in Madhuban, her experience with Brahma Baba, a particular experience that she said that Brahma Baba took her for a walk and he was holding her hand, and Didi Chandru said that she could feel his hand was so soft, so object, so such an experience that Brahma Baba had made himself so angelic, really very subtlety. And once I had the experience of Mama here in Athens. Shall I share that?
Yeah.
When we moved to our to a new building, the center, a building that we own. It is Baba's now. We don't pay rent. We bought it. And Daddy Janki asks me to go and stay there together with the brothers, Brother Anthony and two other brothers. And I went, and the first day I went to Baba's room to ask him what is his tip, what does he want from me now that I am in the center. And instead of Baba, I felt Mama's presence in the room. And I had the feeling that she was smiling and also that she was being sent by Baba. And so she gave me the blessing. She said, now you have to be like a mother here. And I was thinking that mother means understanding. Mother means sustenance. It means support. And it means love. And so I get this blessing with me, this tip from Mama. It was a wonderful experience. I didn't expect that. And it helped me a lot during my stay at the center. But I stayed there only for 2.5 years. Then some things changed. I had to leave, but it was okay. So I had the feeling that these are big fortune that I had. And I believe that I have done a lot of bhakti in my previous lives, because Baba mentions that now he gives us the reward of our bhakti. He has mentioned that several times in Sakar Muras. And so now I know maybe a few things about my other lives. But I have been a good bhagat, at least I am content with that.
Yeah, it's really beautiful and definitely somebody who have come and who has personal meetings with Baba and who sustained for a long period of time with that power of yoga and still going strong. It definitely there is something else that is at work, when things come and things go, but there are the deep experiences with Baba that keeps us alive and keep shining and keep moving forward. Yeah, and definitely so we have a lot of respect and for like ancestor souls like you being part of the I was really fortunate to spend time in Athens, and it was really nice. We went for a couple of historical places where we did bhakti and silence.
Yes, it was very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice to have you here in Athens. Very inspiring, very beautiful. And Baba says that when you are sad, just open the book of your Brahmin life. Like these experiences of childhood are really refreshing,
Yeah.
for me at least. Yes.
Yeah. And the essence of whole cycle is the essence of Brahmin life. So literally, the
Yes.
quality of our Brahmin life is what is going to reflect in the rest of the cycle at different expanded scale, in a way. Yeah.
Definitely. You know, this theory of the cycle exists also here in Greek philosophy. The cycle. There is the gold and silver. There is an ancient poet and philosopher, Hesiodos, and he has mentioned the gold and silver, the cycle as we know it, but he adds to it the heroic generation as well, which is the memorial of the confluence age,
Oh,
actually. The
interesting.
heroes. Yes, interesting. I think this is the memorial of the effort that was made during the confluence age. And he said, of course, he described these ages as we know them, actually. And he says that I don't want to become born in the Iron Age. I hope I will not be there because it's so bad. People do not have respect, do not know God, all these things. But I'm sure he is amongst us now. He could not escape that. And so now maybe he has taken this knowledge so that he can create his philosophical theory again into the Copper Age. And in Greece also we have memorials. You know, they used to worship gods here and goddesses, deities, like in India. And surely these are memorials of this time. Yes.
That is beautiful. So I knew that there are Greek gods, goddesses. They are similar to Indian gods and goddesses, but I didn't know about there is a cycle also in
Yes.
Greek mythology. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yes.
Sister Valerie, you want to
Yes.
share?
There's a Greek connections with India, the Greco. If you look at the historical background there of Greece and India, you
Yeah,
can find lots of connections there. It's
that's
an
right.
ancient connection. Yeah. It's there.
Yeah. That Indo-Greek that spans
Yeah.
across to the northern India. Yeah,
Yes.
true.
Yes. Culture
Even in the
are
dancing,
very close.
things like that too. The dancing and the movements. It's very.
Dancing.
You can see it a lot. And when I'm watching the Greek dancing and things, I can see that connection there. Lovely you're sharing, sister. Beautiful.
So you are familiar with the Greek culture?
I look at it and read it, but I'm not. Haven't been to Greece yet. I was on my way there, and I got COVID in Germany, so I didn't get
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
just a couple of months ago. So it was.
Oh.
Yes, just a couple of months ago.
Okay.
I was on my way there.
You can come another time.
Yes.
Or maybe you can make another one. We'll see.
So, Sister Eleni, thank you for sharing. Anyone have any questions, comments? Feel free to unmute yourself.
This is Annie, and I just, wait, put my video on. I just wanted to thank you so much. Is it Eleni?
Eleni.
It was just so dearly authentic and touching your heart. And something you said, I think it was your last meeting, personal meeting with Baba. And you said that Baba said something like, just be your authentic, the real you. And it was interesting because on Avyati Parivar today, Mohini Didi, that was her message that came out, was just,
Really?
yeah. It's like, wow. She said, just be who you really are. Just be you. Because even if you try to be something else, it just won't. And she said, so just feel good about being you, your original you anyway. And so you're such a lovely soul. And I'm so glad I tuned in. Very inspiring story. So thank you so much for sharing. Om Shanti.
Thank you, Sister Annie.
Thank you.
so much.
I can just keep that image that you were lucky enough to be in Baba's presence for 17 hours. Yeah, it's such a beautiful thing, In Baba's presence, all you have to do is just sit there and then just keep your mind silent, and then Baba will fill you up. Yeah,
We didn't have to do effort at that time. At Amrit Vela, we were with God. We didn't have the effort to connect. He was connected with us, in front of us.
Yeah, you literally were in Baba's home, where Baba was there.
Yes. No effort at all. It was just a pleasure, just a pleasure. Once he was to come the next day for a Murli, I went to Baba's room and I was talking to him and told him and said to him, what are you going to say tomorrow to the Murli? And he just gave me an experience of merging in his eyes. He mentions this point, and for me it was a point, but he gave me the experience merging in his eyes. And so I thought, okay, this is what he's going to say tomorrow. And I shared this with Sister Drusula, you know her. And I said, Drusula, tomorrow he's going to say that. And he did.
It's so beautiful. Huh? Madhuban is a place where you transcend the time, so in which you have access to the future too. You get a glimpse of a little bit of that. Yeah, and then I can understand, like when you get some sense of what is going to come up, and then you feel it too, and then it's a magical place. When you think of something, it just manifests. If you think of, oh, I wish I can meet Dadis, and then that's there.
Yeah, it is like that. And since then, it has been a game between me and Baba, a private, sweet little game that I can guess what's in the Murli tomorrow. And it happens. Sometimes I have the thought, the experience in meditation, and then the next day it is in the Murli. It is wonderful. It is like a confirmation that you are connected with me, and I am connected with you.
Yeah, I remember this one thing. Dadis were, when Baba just became Avyakt in 1969 January, and then Baba came after on 21st January in Radhi Gulzar's body, and then after all the ceremonies. So when Baba first met, so one of the I think Vedanti Bena or somebody asked Baba about some project that Baba asked them to do, and then she asked Baba, what should we do about this project? And then Baba said, like, we talked 2 days before. Why are you asking this again? So it is like a continuation, Like, so Baba clearly
Yes.
said, like, we talked about this, and this, and then you're going to do this thing about that. And it is like, as Baba, and then you met the Sakar Baba a couple of weeks ago, and then there is this continuation. You got that experience, like you met Baba in Dadi Gulzar's body, and before that you met Baba in Baba's room in a avyakt form, in a subtle form. So there is this continuation, even in yoga,
Yes.
in person,
Yes.
you have this continuation of Baba's experience. It's so beautiful to have that continuation of transcending from physical face-to-face interaction, from sitting in Baba's room and having that conversation, and then there is this continuation of this conversation happening. It's such a
Yes,
beautiful.
it is on a subtle level. You
Yeah.
are connected. You have the company. You are in Baba's company. And I even had the experience of Brahma Baba, now I remember. Before Gyan, I had a dream of being somewhere in space, and I was sitting there with someone with white hair, and he was a very wise person, and he was explaining to me the secrets of the world, the secrets of Simban, of the stars.
Mm.
And then when I came to Gyan, I recognized that personality. It was Brahma Baba.
Mm.
He gave me the experience of his personality before even.
Mm. It's such
So
a
time is, yeah.
It's such a beautiful thing
Yes.
that, like, whatever bhavana that we have in a subtle form and whatever feelings that we have towards God, and then all of these things comes together. And these deep experiences that we have in this confluence age is what leads to this pure bhakti in the copper and the early
Yeah.
ages, right? And then this pure bhavana that we have, pure experiences in a form that we had with Baba, will continue to keep our seeking for God, not giving up, and then keeping that love for God alive for more than half a cycle, So whole of copper age and
Yeah.
then into the iron age, all the way till the end. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Exactly. Exactly. Baba's magic.
Thank you. If anyone have any questions, comments, feel free to unmute. Otherwise, if you can give little commentary, take us into that object world with Baba, that would be nice. So we are very fortunate to have Sister Eleni. She's spending her Amrit Vela. She's bringing Baba to us. So make yourself very comfortable as you tune into your object stage to object Baba.
Om Shanti. Gently, I go deep into myself. Om. Om. I am in tune with my real, true, authentic self. And I experience this true self. I experience the peace, the light, the power, the subtlety. There is divinity, purity, spirituality, and sanctity in this original self. And with this feeling, I connect with Baba. I go in front of him in soul world. Baba, you belong to me, and I belong to you. We are so close. We are together. Baba merges the child into his eyes. We are united. I feel Baba's love, Baba's light, Baba's light of love just flows into my being. His light, His love, His might make me elevated. All darkness is being removed. And I am a pure being, a pure soul. I am Baba's child. A child that has all the rights. I stay in this company of Baba, and I enjoy being with him in silence, just being with him, just feeling his love, his sweetness. I experience his sweetness deeply. And I also become very sweet, like him. Sweet thoughts, sweet feelings. I am full. I am powerful. I am a pure soul, God's child. Om Shanti.
Shanti. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, Sister Eleni, for sharing your Amrit Vela and special experiences with Baba, your personal meetings with Baba. It's very precious. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for joining, and stay
Thank you,
tuned.
everyone.
And we'll